Hey there, this is the One Boom, and Battlefield 2042 Season 1 has been delayed until later this summer. It's February, but I should just relax. I shouldn't, take advantage of the situation to make a video for easy views and money. I really should just keep quiet, be patient, and follow my own advice about video games, which is to not take them too seriously and let launch problems work themselves out. No, fuck that. Summer? Look, November and December have big holiday break periods in them, and I don't expect video games that launched around that time to be perfect until around end of January, mid-February. End of February is really my grace period. I feel like I've sort of bounced that around a bit, but that's really how I feel. It's mid-February is when everything should be done. End of February is pushing it. Look, video games are hard to develop, they're expensive as shit, and I don't expect video games to be absolutely perfect on day one. And I know I sound like a shill, but not even day two. Look, you could say you spent the money, you deserve a good game, but then I would say that has never been the case at all. And I wonder how many people are really pissed off about video game releases these days compared to back in the day, is that people are buying games digitally, and Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo and Steam have these different guidelines when it comes to getting a refund on your game. So if you buy a game and it's really bad at launch, you can't just return it to the store and get a full refund. Like, even a bad trade-in value from GameStop is better than your $60 at launch going down the drain and the game just gathering up dust on your hard drive. I am, of course, making this observation as somebody who bought 2042 digitally, and I know I'd be way more okay with it if I bought it physically, because then I could have returned it. But by the time 2 weeks had passed and I couldn't get a refund from Microsoft anymore, I was like, damn, I guess I'm $95 in the hole. Whereas I was waiting until around end of February for something to really come out of 2042, I was just recently informed by Twitter that I have to wait until fucking summer. This game should not have come out. They should not have had a beta, early access period, and launch period last year. We should have had a beta last year, an open beta, and then the game should have come out this summer. And the news is out. Everybody knows the game is disappointing. Everybody knows the game is leaking players. And the people that do happen to enjoy it, while I'm not gonna make fun of you, you are alone. I get being into a game that no one else is into. I can totally relate to that. I'm a weirdo. I didn't like Battlefield 1, so I know what it feels like to be in the gaming doghouse. But look, the reviews are in. People's opinions are out there. You're not gonna get any new players. Nobody's looking at all this negative backlash towards 2042, and then hearing that Season 1 has been delayed till this summer, and still deciding to purchase it. Calling a game dead because it's not internet relevant is annoying to me. A game can still be good, even if, your favorite streamers aren't streaming it. Internet relevance and meme relevance is not an important factor when looking at a game's quality, but when it comes to a multiplayer-only shooter, yeah, then it kind of is. Internet relevance doesn't always matter. Vanguard isn't exactly being loved by online communities, but Vanguard still outsold pretty much everything in the competition. Meanwhile, EA won't even share 2042 sales numbers. All they said was that it underperformed, and everybody who bought it goes, yeah, no shit. I'm kind of done dancing around this whole fanboy flame war thing, because I don't want to sound like I'm on one side rooting for Call of Duty against Battlefield. It's in my best interest for all these games to succeed, but I'm just gonna say it. DICE, you look incompetent. Every one of your games has a buggy-ass launch. It requires some massive rework or massive weapon rebalance or massive something every single time. And 2042 was one of the worst financial decisions I've made. I pre-ordered the early access edition, canceled it, then I thought that I came to my senses by pre-ordering it again because I'm a content creator. I gotta make that bread, I gotta talk about the new games, and I just knew, though, after playing Battlefield 2042's beta, that it wasn't good, that it was not going to launch well, and that people weren't going to like it. But I'd been wrong before, but I wasn't wrong this time. In fact, almost every prediction and criticism I have about 2042, in one way or another, came absolutely true. And you might think I'm happy about that, and in some cases, yeah, I am. I like that I was able to read that situation properly, but it was in my best interest for it to succeed. Why don't people get that? With 2042 in the dumpster, the only way I can even profit off of the game as a content creator is to make videos dogging on it for being a piece of shit. And nobody wants to hear that over and over again, and myself, as somebody who would like to enjoy and love a Battlefield game the way I enjoyed 4 back in the day, during its heyday, I'm now just sad. As a Battlefield fan, I don't get a good Battlefield game, and as a content creator, I don't have another lucrative, fun game to stream and cover on this channel. Like, between Vanguard's bugginess and Infinite's fucking lack of content, and also its bugginess, I'm about to blow a gasket. These games should not have come out when they did. Now, Vanguard, it just feels like a bunch of annoying issues that cropped up after launch. The launch period of the game, like the first month, I was singing, I was having fun. I was streaming it and recording it and having a good time and making videos on it. And then it just got worse. Something broke behind the scenes before the holiday break, and it really hasn't gotten much better since then, with lobby issues, aim assist turning on and off. It's terrible. Halo Infinite, on the other hand, has really solid gameplay and nothing really game-breaking in terms of bugs, but it's so devoid of content, I just can't stomach playing it longer than maybe an hour or two a week at this point. Playing Halo Infinite makes me want to go play the MCC, because then there's like a plethora of content there I can almost never get bored with when I'm in a Halo mood. But on top of that, 2042 is just the worst. Now, hopefully 2042's Summer Season 1 update will work as more of a rework. It'll have more rebranding and remarketing, and it'll be something new for us to dive into. I'm really sorry if I'm being too candid about profiting off the game or how right I am. I'm sorry if any of this comes off as assholey, because I'd rather not. I'm just at the end of my goddamn rope with this franchise. It seems like every game, I'm less interested, my friends are less interested, there's new problems, and while Call of Duty does not always bat 1,000, at least I know I could enjoy the basic parameters of the gameplay, where with 2042, no. It's a downgrade from 5 in terms of movement and squad play, it's a downgrade from 1 in terms of immersion, and it's a downgrade from 4 in terms of sandbox. Like, the grappling hook and wingsuit are fun ideas, but they're tied to a specialist system that should have never touched the game. Hopefully they move specialists to strictly Hazard Zone or strictly the Portal game mode. I mean, if I have to wait 4 to 5 months, I at least can raise my expectations for the update a little bit, right? I can maybe hope for some fan favorite maps to return, I can hope for some new maps we've never seen, a bunch of weapons, a rework to how class systems work. I can expect that, right? I mean, my anticipation for 2042 was initially very high when I heard that every single team under EA was essentially tasked on working on it, which is why Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2 died. But in some weird way here, 2042 has re-hyped me. Because it launched so poorly, and because they're clearly aware that nobody's happy with it, this can at least start a redemption arc. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that it's awesome that these games launch like broken pieces of shit, but then they have a redemption arc. I'm saying that because it launched in the way that it did, the only way for it to improve as a product is with a redemption arc. We can make fun all we want, we can meme about it all we want, but the past is the past. It launched bad. We know that. It made bad decisions. We know that too. It made tone-deaf decisions. We know that as well. But now it's up to them to have their redemption arc, and I, for one, am okay with giving them the chance at one. I'm a little excited to see what 2042 becomes, because I'll just count its current state as early access, I guess, and we'll just move from there. I'm not saying this is acceptable, it's awesome, it's a good thing, get used to it, suck it up. I'm not saying that at all, this is abysmal. But the only thing I can do now rationally is look towards the future and maybe make some videos about the things I'd like to see in that big summer update. And that's what I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys want from that massive summer update? If there's a comment with a really fun list of ideas for the summer update that's rational and believable, it's practical, I might even make a video on it and you'll get full credit. So leave one down below, I'll see you when I see you, and fuck these launches, man. I don't know what else to say.